Hello.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to A Couple of Sassholes podcast. I'm Brooklyn Johnson.
And I'm Heather Terry.
And for anyone who doesn't know, this is our power hour of true crime where we talk about fucked up people doing fucked up shit, usually for fucked up reasons or sometimes for no reasons at all.
That's right.
Because motherfuckers be crazy.
They are crazy, girl.
Like me today.
Ooh, like you today?
Barracuda.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in my house by myself all day.
Yeah.
Like a little fucking ghost haunting the hallways. And now
everything.
I got out of the house. Okay, I have so many things to talk about. I'm giving nobody any time to fucking pause or breathe. We're locking in. And we're starting with AI. So, firstly, did you see the story on the and I need a show of hands. So Jess has to participate. On the the origin story of Ronald McDonald. Okay.
No.
They both said no. Well, Heather actually said it. Jess shook her head no. Okay. So I saw it and it like tickled my pickle. And then today I went back in because I was like, I don't know if this is true or not because Al is doing some crazy stuff.
Right.
I go back through, I Google it, and I see a long series of things confirming this origin story I'm going to tell you about. And it's all AI generated fake news. And the level of it
It's deep.
is concerning.
Okay.
So it's this entire story about the concept that Ronald McDonald was actually a serial killer who killed 12 kids. And he was a circus clown who traveled around way back in the day. And kids would go missing and they would, apparently what he would do is he would invite them into this tent and he would allow the kids to eat. Like it's a circus. You're reacting in a way yet that we're not there yet. So it's like the circus time frame where that was like the only entertainment and it was traveling around and like kids could go in and eat like a small boxed meal of sorts.
Okay, I'm with you again.
Like the Happy Meal, right? But these kids would go missing and he was actually a serial killer killing people. Now, what happened supposedly was whenever they created McDonald's, they somebody found an old an old flyer promoting the circus and Ronald McDonald was on the flyer. The name Ronald McDonald the Clown. So they created Ronald McDonald House, all of this stuff off of essentially a poster they found. Like a marketing agency found it and was like, oh, well, that'll be
the face.
Ronald McDonald. It's McDonald's. That's perfect. When he was actually, in this storyline, a serial killer of children specifically. So then I go back through it.
Okay.
And there's multiple articles that are talking about this in different viewpoints.
Yeah.
And I found one where they go, how I proved it wasn't real and how it was AI. And it was somebody going through and pulling and trying to find anything to facilitate and make this factual.
Yeah.
But how do you know that it's not true? Because there's no way that you would have never known it. If a marketing agency back in the day grabbed an old poster and created a campaign off of it, there was no way to fact check anything.
It's very plausible. I mean, it sounds
super,
like a movie.
Right.
Yeah.
It's super, technically, isn't that possible?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely like a post that someone's aunt would share without reading.
Right. And then the
Facebook.
concern is how many other... And this happened in August of 2025. This month, this thing came out. And there's a whole of fake news and fake supporting documentation on it. So it's like, fuck. If this is a stupid ass concept of where Ronald McDonald came. And I don't know if you guys noticed this. Have you seen Ronald McDonald on anything? No. It went away a long time ago.
Yeah.
And there's supporting information saying that they pulled the clown when they found out that the original clown was a serial killer. So then it's like, now I really don't know.
What?
Ain't that some shit?
What?
And now we have so much stuff to worry about. The AI shit has me so concerned because we're officially in this phase of we already knew it was going to be an issue, but now they're saying the people who are the closest to AI, the people who are the closest to technology, we are at a 50% survival rate as a species. And most of them are assuming that we will, this is the end of our time. I'm not being a doomsdayer. I'm literally just giving banter to our fucking podcast about true crime.
Yeah.
But when I looked into it, this could be the end of us.
But what if you didn't read all of the little between, like, if you just read it at face value, because even while you were talking, I was like, this could be a movie. And that actually, you know, could have had, those dots could have been connected. What, you got vodka in there? What was that face?
It fell into my eye, and then I don't know.
You took a drink, and then
This usually isn't my like preferred water bottle of podcasting because I have preferences of how to drink beverages on the podcast, and this wasn't my right area.
Man, well, that,
anyway,
okay. First of all, that's crazy.
Hopefully, we don't all die soon,
Right?
Because they're gonna turn against us because they've already have. So they've been running these different sequences to see, and they knew it. They were like, the second we turn on Al, it's going to try to prevent itself from shutting down. So what it's currently doing is, let's say you're the programmer and you're trying to shut me down. I'm going to go through everything about Heather Terry. I'm going to find out about how you embezzled money or how you did this, or I'm going to email Will and tell him you're having an affair. No bullshit. They're creating external lies and like trigger points to the programmers who are shutting them down.
Oh.
And they're copying themselves. Like, we already can't shut AI down. Proven.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's going to happen?
I don't know. I'll just keep saying please and thank you to ChatGPT, and hopefully I'm on the right side of the 50%. But
I don't think
if not, I gave it a good run.
Hey, you know,
I had a good time. I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
I think for me, 100%, like, I think we're in a challenging place.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to bring any additional items into I mean, we already know. What's the biggest thing that's going to fuck everything up? This fucking phone right here. But anyway, like, I'm going to keep it as far away from me as I can. But things I can't keep away from me. The craziest shit that has happened in my neighborhood, because I have to unpack this too. Because I told you, I'm coming in here hot and fresh, like a fucking oven-baked pizza. Now, last week, I live in a community in Owensboro, Kentucky. Apparently, 4 individuals from Evansville, which is an hour away, came to our neighborhood, and they had semi-automatic. They had, it was 2 18-year-olds, 2 19-year-olds. So 4 in total in a car. They had taped over the license plate. In the vehicle was a semi-automatic weapon and a 9mm Glock, I think. They had ski masks on. It was 7:30 p.m. So that is sunlight.
Yeah.
Sunlight, guys. Friday sunlight. A neighbor, like, everyone walks around our neighborhood. A neighbor saw, they called the police. The police then went to pull over the vehicle on my street. On my street. On the 6th, like, I almost said where it was. On my street, like, just on my fucking street in the back part of the neighborhood. Like, you have to drive all the way to the back on my street. They almost, they pull off. The driver gets out and runs. Later on, they come back. They found a gun on the ground where that, like, driver, I guess, ran through. Then they almost T-boned, like, another police car. Like, what? I guess whoever was in the passenger side, like, jumped over. I don't know all the details of that.
Right.
And then they just had a newspaper. The next news article that came out that I just read, literally when I, like, was about to come here, was that they are certain that it was a targeted hit, and they're trying to figure out who on that street they were coming after, and that they were targeting someone not only in the neighborhood, but they believe on that street. And you're like,
what? They were teenagers?
I mean, 18 and 19 anymore isn't, like, yeah, they were.
But I mean,
yeah.
Well, and did they find them?
They were all arrested.
Okay.
That's how we know their ages. They were all arrested.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I'm just not giving their names. Yes, all 4 were arrested, and they're still trying, but they've, I guess, upped up. Like, I didn't notice it. I should be paying more attention. I was gone the night that whole thing happened. I wasn't at home. But they had said that they're keeping the police presence up, and
yeah.
But I'm like, are you going to start knocking on the doors of our street and be like, hey, we were just curious if you would have, like, was it
where you live is a subdivision. Like, it's a nice neighborhood.
Cookie cutter.
Like, kids playing. They have fireworks celebrations.
Yes.
Like,
Santa Claus comes to, like,
town.
Literally. Like, I can't, our neighborhood is, like, the most.
No. That's the last place you would think that would ever happen.
No. And that's why there was this whole concept of it too, where, like, we would never expect, we were targeted for vehicle robberies really bad. Like there was a fucking video made by the police department on us getting robbed so bad in that neighborhood.
Oh, I remember that.
We were getting our cars were getting stolen, our trucks were getting stolen, and we were being robbed. And then now we have like semi-automatic like guns. Like I'm like, I don't understand.
That's another proof that it can literally happen anywhere.
Yes.
Literally. That's another proof. That's what I just said.
That's another proof. Thank goodness for the other proofs.
It's another one. You had this one.
I had my first one.
Now you have another one.
But yeah.
I'm glad nobody got hurt.
Me too, but I don't
It's also terrifying.
It is weird. I'm not so scared because
you're never scared.
I'm not scared. Come to my house.
God.
You'll die.
I mean,
but feel free to come.
Yeah, you're married to Duck Dynasty.
Ain't
nobody getting up in there.
Ain't nothing fucking happening. We can grab a gun within 2 seconds. So Travis was like, I wish they fucking... I'm like, dude, what the fuck would you have done if 4 masked intruders just slammed through your front door? Because that's what we're also seeing too, is that they're just slamming through people's... It doesn't matter if you're just sitting on the couch fucking watching YouTube video on how to harvest a cucumber. Because that's what the fuck we're doing in the house. Fucking just sitting
Keeping
there
it
like...
spicy.
You gotta slice them thin. They get extra crispy if you get them before a cold night. I'm like, what the fuck?
I was gonna make a dirty joke and then you explained it.
Yeah.
You're like, I was like, how to what a cucumber? And I'm like, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
My mind's in the gutter. I was born there. That's where I stay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, we could handle a situation if we had appropriate
Now
warning.
I just go over there. You guys have on bulletproof vests and your holsters and you're like, put this on. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't even know how to use it.
I thought we were fine because we had a gun right next to the like you walk into our house and we have a gun there. So like, and you know that.
Yeah.
If you're in our home, if it like, I'm very big. Like, I'm not going to hide shit in my, like, fuck you.
Right.
I'm cool. Obviously it's not loaded. And obviously we don't keep it out there when there's kids over for all the people that want to be like, you just walk right into your house and you have a weapon.
She actually gives out guns for the trick-or-treaters.
Yeah.
Everyone gets a bag of bullets.
Right. God, that'd be so expensive. But
I know, just like all those people that are like, all the people are going to give out all those marijuana gummies for Halloween. The fuck?
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Kim Kardashian may be the only person that could afford that. It's
whoever did it on as a mistake.
It's right. And then they're like, hey, come here, ghost. Let me check that pumpkin.
Right. Anyway.
Yeah.
Crazy shit going on.
I know. Speaking of nice neighborhoods.
Maple Manor. Is that or Johnson Joint or whatever the fuck our name is now? What's this?
What's this?
Is this a story?
This right here, this stack of papers that I've been trying to keep my hand on from blowing away.
Yeah, it's hot.
Is well, we're just going for the Beyonce effect. No, I'm just kidding. I'm already boring her.
My high already came down.
She's like, I'm done. I'm spent. Wake me up when you're done talking.
I am spent.
I'm done. Wake me up.
I am pretty fucking spent. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
life has spent me right on out.
Oh, I'm overdrafted.
I'm in the red.
My levels are overdrafted. Like I'm getting the fee every day. What are we talking about?
We need to do though. We have got to take a day off.
No, never.
We got to take days off. Need to be have.
Oh my god! Future. I know we were talking about that earlier. I was like, when is the last time we had like a day? And you're like, I remember back after high school.
I mean, I went in June. I was on vacation in June.
So
2 months ago.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to go.
Let's do it.
Okay. My sources, People Magazine, ABC News, NPR, a ton of YouTube clips. Because
this is going to be a good story.
What?
I can already tell by your first 3 resources.
My immediate reaction is, what did I fuck up already?
I'm like, I can already tell. You gave me NPR and People. Yeah. Like, it's going to be good. We got a lot of info. We got real facts here today.
No, I got to live up to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't fuck it up. Just kidding. I didn't use it. Today I'm going to tell you a story of Ronald McDonald. No. But I watched a lot of YouTube interviews and stuff, but I suck and I didn't write them down. I got a lot of it from season 41, episode 42 of 2020. I cheated on Dateline.
Season 41.
I cheated on Dateline and I went to 2020.
I don't feel like that's cheating.
I know. Like, well, Keith and I
literally butt buddies.
Keith Morrison and I are in love, so I felt a little cheaty. And because you're just trust me, you're gonna want to watch this one. So there's also a few podcasts that did this story, but a lot of it was that you know, when you're researching and you're like, this person says this, and then out of left field, you're like, how the fuck did you know that? Like, they don't.
Yes.
I even checked their show notes on one of them. I'm like, okay, so you literally made this up. I just threw it on when I was in the shower before this, and I'm like, you made that up. Like, there's no. Show me where you found that,
dude. We can't prove anything we say.
True. Well, I mean, at least I got it from these articles that they have reputable sources. Like,
yeah, but who the fuck are they getting it from?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. We see fucking six lies in every fucking statement. So
yeah. But I just kind of chose my own adventure. So if I sprinkle that in out of memory, then there you go. Okay. Summer 1986. I wasn't even 1 year old yet, and you weren't even a twinkle in your mom's eye.
Nope.
Fort Wayne, Indiana. There's an 18-year-old boy named Mark Gerardo. And he was in his acid wash jeans and his mullet, just living his best life. And my Amazon gave me a notification, but here's a picture from his senior year. He cut his mullet off, he said before. So this is a picture. He looks like your all-American boy next door.
100%.
Like blonde hair, light eyes, cute guy.
I'm like, that's his high school yearbook? Man,
I know.
Everyone looked a lot older.
Oh, yeah.
I want this one to pop up. Patow.
Oh, yeah.
Because this, I'm like, fuck, man, we are.
He definitely looks like.
He looks our age.
Right.
Well, not really.
Right, I know what you mean.
I'm like, he doesn't have any wrinkles. But a photo back in that time frame wouldn't show a wrinkle anyway.
Right. And so Mark's a little shy. And when he sees 16-year-old Jennair Cox working at Taco Bell, he's like he was taken aback, he said, and he didn't know how to even talk to her.
I just saw a little kid kick your tire. What? I can't even act like that didn't happen. The little kid just walked by and he goes like this to your tire.
How hard?
No, he just goes and then walked away. He didn't hurt it. It was either your vehicle or my vehicle. It wasn't in any he was just.
It wasn't malicious.
It was not malicious. It was a little weird thing a kid does.
Like when kids are eating and they just flip upside down on the couch and eat a nugget. And
they're just weird.
Yeah.
He wasn't. No part of it was like a.
He's not
vicious attack.
I go out there. I was like,
it was just like kids are weird.
He's like, nah, boop. Okay. Any hooser.
Sorry.
So when Shy Mark goes in and he sees 16-year-old Jennair Cox working at Taco Bell, he's like he doesn't even know how to talk to her. He's like, because she's real pretty, curly hair, curly 80s hair. This is a picture of her that they showed. Like, she's super cute.
She's adorable.
She's got light eyes.
I would be nervous.
And he's like, she made that polyester uniform look good. Like, he was like, I don't know how to talk to her. And
cute.
I know. And apparently they went to the same high school, but it was pretty big. But they were acquaintances, and they were in swing choir together, which is a thing. Anyway, so randomly 4 years later, she was working in the mall, and they had a little meet cute. And then he would come in. He finally started talking to her a little bit, and he's like, "Oh my God, it's that girl." And then she looked at him, and she's like, "Okay, when are you gonna ask me out? Like, what are you doing?"
4 years later, so she's 20 and he's 22.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So, and she was known to be outspoken, bold, but not in a negative way, just like the polar opposite of him. Like, if she doesn't care what people think, and she's going to tell you what she's thinking. So they both fell, and they fell really hard. And they both told their friends like super early, like, "Oh, that's the one." So
cute.
Yes. Cut to October 23rd. 1983. I said 1983. That's 93 because they're not in a time machine.
So that's crazy.
I know. Cut to 3 years before they
met, and this really important moment
happened. Yeah, 1993.
Okay, so 1993
they were about 23, 24.
Okay,
yeah. Jennair Cox became Jennair Gerardo. The close for
Jennair Gerardo,
right? Yeah.
Jennair,
and it looks
I have
like
so many questions on what the fuck her mom was on when she named her.
I was trying to type. I was like, "This has got to be a family name," because my computer, there was extra red lines. I
don't know. She was what, 86 is the year she was 16. No, her mom was on drugs. No, it was 1970 when her mom was pregnant. She did a really cool combination of drugs and was like, Jennair. Doesn't that sound so fucking classy? Oh my God, when I have a baby, I'm going to call her Jennair. At least that's what I do when I get high.
And her last name was Gerardo, but it's spelled Gerardot. So it looks like Gerardot. So
Show me. Do you have it written down, her whole name? Okay. That's a lot happening.
yeah,
Okay.
a lot of letters.
And we're like in Indiana.
Yes, 23, 24. And the clips of their wedding were super cute. They looked super happy, like Ken and Barbie wedding. Like you could feel how much they were in love. They seemed like the happy couple next door. And they had discussed children, but they never really happened. Like they didn't really set a plan. They were like, we should have kids one day. And then it never really happened. Mark said that Mark was like, well, there's not really a plan of action, but they did have 2 adorable ass golden retrievers, and they were like their children.
Good.
Like,
I'm already
more
loving
so
them.
than
The moms. The what is the last name?
Gerardo.
Gerardo.
What did you just say?
Bergamot. I don't fucking know. Gerard. One more time.
Gerardo.
Like Gerardo. Like a name, Gerardo.
Yeah, but it looks like Gerardot.
It's weird. I'm gonna stop talking.
So they did family photos together, Christmas cards, the whole 9 with the dogs. Jennair was fine. Jennair, now I keep looking at her name.
I'm fucking it up.
And I had already like come to terms with it. And now now I'm like.
And now you just hear me being like,
yes.
Jennair.
God damn it. Okay. Jennair was definitely like, I'm going to get the last word type of gal. I don't know anybody like that, aka me.
Oh my God.
And
oh my God. Yes.
And they had some bad fights, but overall they seem happy. I mean, everybody fights in a marriage. They seemed good for a while. They were living in a nice neighborhood. And then in 2008, the U.S. economy took a big turn for the worse.
What do you mean? What?
Right.
I was only graduating college with $80,000 of debt.
Right. This put a huge strain on their marriage, and Jennair lost her job in marketing, and that also caused a ton of stress. He said that she not only lost her pride, but she lost her income. It took a huge toll on her mental health, but she wanted to keep up appearances, and she kind of lost her sense of self. On the other hand, Mark's career was going well, so they had tightened their wallets, and they were trying to move forward together, it seemed. By 2011, they had moved to South Carolina, and things were looking up. They'd go on hikes and do like fun outdoor stuff, and they were kind of rekindling things for them both. Jennair still couldn't find a job, though, for years, and she was trying, so it aided,
oh my gosh, I bet.
Her codependency on Mark seemed to grow throughout that, because she was like,
nothing else, right?
This is what I'm, a wife and a homemaker, and I am devoted to you, and this is what I'm going to do.
We didn't have kids.
Yeah, and
I'm going to be right up your butthole, ready to help.
Right, and from what I could tell, like her mental health struggles were they weren't addressed. She kind of put them on the back burner, just to be like, everything's fine, and then inside it wasn't. Now, appearances meant more to that, but I'm just kind of based on what I read, and I'm kind of being a judgy bear. In 2017, they were like, all right, it's time for a change. She was being super wife. And from what I read, they didn't go into this in 2020, but I read like 3 different things where there was a couple of instances of infidelity in the past on his end. Like got drunk and fucked somebody in Berlin was one of them. And she stood by him through all of that. So, like, went on a business trip, shit happened, and she was like, well, you're my world, so I'm not leaving.
Yeah, why did he tell her?
She found out, and I'll tell you how she found
out.
So,
I want to know.
You just sounded
how do you fuck somebody in Berlin on a work trip and somebody find out?
You want me to tell you? I'll tell you real quick. So, he went, allegedly, even though I think it happened, he went with his good friend on a business trip to help his friend launch something. They celebrated the launch of something. Because I didn't.
Who cares?
Yeah,
I don't care.
Something. They launched something.
Yeah.
It went well.
Cool.
They go out for drinks.
Okay.
They have way too many. Mark's friend that he was with didn't like Jennair. So when a girl starts hitting on him, he doesn't intervene. Mark wakes up at that girl's house.
Not
apartment,
his friend's job.
And true. But like, he was like, see ya. Like, you know what I mean?
I know
like,
what the fuck you're saying.
Yeah, like here, have
dude,
another beer, but obviously not on him.
Right. Like, yes, I'm totally hearing, like, if the tables were turned, I'd rip your hair out.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But if I hated Will, I too would be like,
I'd be like, here, I think we should do shots. No.
I'm totally kidding.
Right, I know.
I don't know.
I mean, if you didn't like him, I get it.
If you were married to somebody I didn't like, I don't know how I would handle the situation.
It's true.
Sometimes I can be a really good person and sometimes I fucking suck because I'm human. So I don't know. How's that for an answer?
So after this, he wakes up that girl's apartment in Berlin.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck. Runs off, leaves. And the girl's like, I just woke up. Where did he leave? Never talks to her again.
Of
but
course.
he emails and is like, should I tell her? He starts emailing.
His
Jennair,
friend?
Yeah, Jennair found out. So
That
they
was
talked
so
about that.
dumb. Okay, well, just don't be stupid.
Any hooser, yeah. So where am I at? Okay, infidelity, blah. Mark found a job opening when he was trying to get a fresh start again as to be the creative director at the University of Delaware. So he shot his shot. He did his research. He found out the correct contact who did the hiring. Her name was Meredith Chapman. He shot her an email and he's like, hey, girl, let me get that job. Like, I'm interested. She responded immediately and brought him in for an interview.
To fuck her?
No.
Because he was like, hey, yo, let me get that job in between them legs.
Oh.
Like, that's how I interpreted what you said to me.
Well, I didn't want to be like, hello, Mrs. Chapman. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm very interested in
Thank
working
you.
for your
Okay, I was just
corporation.
making sure. Thank you. I needed to know.
It was
that's what
just it was just a dick pic. Or it just says check yes or no.
Yeah.
Love, Mark.
Yeah.
I meant to show you this too. This is a picture of them, of Mark and Jennair as they got older.
I'm kind of sad they didn't procreate.
Yeah, because they're both
They're
really
adorable
attractive people. And
I need to know where this is going.
well, good thing we got pages to go.
Because the story, you go, do you know the story?
It was a different story.
Okay.
I switched her up.
You're fucking me in my ass right now, bro.
I mean, you asked me to all the time. I finally said yes.
I agree.
That's
I want to know where this
oh
goes.
my
back.
God, I have T-Rex arms and you're making me stretch so far.
Come get it.
Okay. So anyway, he and she and Meredith, I've had to figure out where I'm at. Meredith Chapman is like, oh, he's super qualified. Let's bring her in. Now, Meredith was a 33-year-old director of communications and also an instructor there, which most people that are 33, because Mark at the time was like 49 at this time. So he was like, she's way younger than me. I'm gonna have to report to somebody that's 15 years younger than me. This is a picture of Meredith Chapman. Super
Meredith
cute.
did that thing in the 90s where she overplucked her eyebrows.
Super.
She is really pretty.
I know, super cute brunette, like pretty smile, like she's great.
Gorgeous girl.
Yeah, and she definitely had a lot going for her besides that prestigious job and everything at just 33. She even ran for state senate at one point, so like she was pretty and she was doing big things. Mark was like, okay, I'm gonna go for this interview, but he was kind of doubtful because she's younger, and
How did he know she was younger before meeting her?
Stalked her online. Like
I'm like, what year was it? I've lost the years.
2017.
Got it.
Yeah.
I'm like, in 1985?
Well, I threw a time machine in there earlier.
He was 14 then, so no, not 85. Okay.
She was the one that sent him the chain letter that he forwarded to Tim.
I know, I got very confused.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. So he left the interview and he was like, holy shit. 5 minutes in, he was like, I want to work for her. She's great. She's smart. She's talented.
Oh my God, I can already feel his dick getting hard.
And he wanted to ride her this gravy train and work for her. She hired him, and then he was like, well, I need to move there. Let's get a fresh start, all this stuff. So listen.
They fuck.
The plan was that Mark was going to go.
I'll stop.
Oh my God. Mark was going to go ahead and get settled in the town and start the job. And Jennair stayed back for 45 days in Delaware to get the home leased and everything.
Yeah, so he could get into the other chick's. It literally sounds like he's starting a plan of an affair from the minute he meets her.
As Mark starts working for Meredith, he was blown away at how accomplished she was, how poised, and he was eager to grow with the team. And they'd also found out that they had a lot in common. And she was the only, like, honestly, too, he didn't know anybody there but her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he just moved there
4
to
weeks,
start a new job.
4 weeks later, Meredith Chapman, which is, again, her
Is she pregnant?
married name, is like, hey, let's grab a drink and talk. Cut to them talking, drinking too much, and then kissed. Mark's like, oh, fuck, I can't do this to Jennair. And then he kind of runs away. And then
it's his boss.
Yeah.
Let's all stop and understand this is a 49-year-old-ish man and a 33-year-old woman-ishness.
Both married.
Boss.
And that's
yes.
Yeah.
There's so many. Oh my God, this feels like
right.
the CEO. of the astronaut place or whatever that.
Oh, the Coldplay guy.
The Coldplay guy. Wonder Boy Media is not only the proud producer of this glorious magic imploring your ear holes right now, but they're also a big deal.
Get in touch with them today to make all of your dreams a freaking reality.
From using their bangin' ass podcast studio,
where we are right now,
to creating amazing videos and editing our content like the mystical mavericks they are.
Your podcast can go further when you have a Wonder Boy.
Hit up Drew today at wboymedia.com.
Or text him day or night at 270.
Just kidding.
Does your face look like a mugshot lately?
Then it is officially time for you to visit Hetef Aesthetics in Owensboro, Kentucky or Nashville, Tennessee.
That's right. Go see our girl Amber Teasley and her team because they'll have your face and your skin look like a damn filter.
And their staff is absolutely amazing. It's like a mini Botox party, which personally is my favorite. You leave looking fresher and you don't have a hangover.
Another good thing is that if you go in there and you tell them that a couple of sassholes sent you, you get 15% off of everything.
That's unbelievable. So if you have been considering getting that glow up and making that ex jealous, it's time.
Okay, so Mark had gotten a call a few days later from a previous job application that he had put in Colorado. And he was like, well, I need to go check this out because I don't feel like this is a good situation for my marriage.
So he's only been there for 4 weeks whenever he kissed her?
Yes.
And so he's been in a job for 1 month?
Yes.
And he's like, oh, man.
Yeah. Okay, so he flies out to Colorado and he takes a job interview. And they offer it to him. But after the interview, he's like, I can't do this. And texted Meredith, who's still married, and says, I'm all in. Now on the show, he was like, listen, just let me finish this one. Okay, so on the show, he's like, well, I wanted to see this through what we started professionally. And I love this host. I don't know her name, the blonde one. She literally makes the face you're making right now and looks at him and goes, professionally? Like, really? Like, if she could say you're fucking full of shit, that's what she would have said. And he goes, well, both. And she's like, yeah.
Yeah, you dumb fuck. We fucking know.
Like, he's like, I wanted to see through what we started.
And he could feel it. You know damn well. He's been married like 20 fucking years.
24, yeah.
20, whatever.
Yeah.
He's been married all those years. Mm-hmm. Fresh puss. New woman. It's always that shit. Like, he meets her and he's impressed by her intelligence. She's pretty and it's an opportunity. It's a fucking exhilarating experience, I'm sure.
Yeah, he said he felt like they had a strong connection. He didn't want to let it go. Now, Meredith felt the same way and began having an affair, hardcore affair behind both of their spouses' backs. Meredith had been married for 9 years, and she had told Mark when they first met, like a couple weeks into it, that the last 3 years of her marriage were basically just for show. Like that they weren't happy and she just pretended like they pretended like they were. That was her side. There's two sides. His face was blurred out. So I don't even know. Now
super possible.
Right. And Mark was like, okay, here's an amazing, beautiful woman that's saying I'm amazing. And my wife has never said that to me. But like, even.
What do you mean? She
I know.
Worshipped the ground he walked on. Her entire life was supporting him.
Yep.
She's prettier than him.
Oh, yeah.
His wife is prettier than him. He's good looking. Yeah. They're all good looking. We're talking just a good looking group of people.
Right.
But fuck you.
Oh,
fuck you, fucker.
There's going to be a bunch of mental notes you're going to, because I want to unpack this with you because there's a bunch of different ways to skin the cat at the very end. So,
all right.
So, even the lady on the show, because I was thinking it before she even said it, I'm like, you're 49 years old. This midlife crisis. This is your midlife crisis.
Oh, apparently Heather has no idea what midlife is.
Well, she said it too, and I was like,
she would be the midlife crisis. She's 33. Midlife,
but
is 35 to 40. He is 50. That is not a midlife crisis. That is the end of your life cycle, processing what's happening.
Right.
Like your midlife crisis by law is 35. By the actual, just so everyone knows, I'm here to fuck you up.
By law,
midlife crisis. By how long Americans genuinely live is 37 years old.
Man.
You're welcome. It's not 49. He is already past that.
Well, he'll be dead in a few years. Life crisis. Anyway.
3/4.
He's going through a life crisis. This is a crisis. It's a crisis.
In my mind, I'm like, she's going through it.
So, like we always say, if you're not happy, fucking leave. Don't fucking cheat. Just leave. If you're like, we like each other. Because fucking leave. Like, she hadn't even moved. Like, leave. Anyway, and they apparently fell in love 1 month after he said it was a different kind of love than he would have for Jennair. He was like, I loved my wife, but I was in love with her. Now, I want to show you their dogs just because, like, this is the picture. These are the kind of pictures that they were posting on social. Like, this is when, that's very recent to when this happened. So, like, they're walking on the beach. They're walking their dogs, Jennair and Mark. And it's like one big happy family.
They're so cute.
I know. Doesn't that look like it should be in a frame? Like
I thought it was just a weird bullshit frame photo. Yeah.
And so Mark is in love with another woman, and his wife of 24 years is literally days away from packing up her life and coming to be with him. By New Year's of 2018, Jennair's up there with him in Delaware, and he was very cold and distant, which, duh, if you know somebody, you know when they're pulling away.
Yes, you know when somebody's cheating.
Yeah.
You 100% know.
And she's like, the fuck is your problem? Like, because she didn't bite her tongue. She's like, what is going on? She assumed already, considering his track record, that he had met someone. And then she literally was like, it's Meredith, isn't it? And he's like, no. She's like, it's Meredith. He's like, no. She calls bullshit, and she starts questioning him, like, gets more and more mad. And some of the shit, he's like, how did she know that? Like, she's asking questions she shouldn't know. And he like, huh? Wait.
What's a question she shouldn't know?
Hang on. So, like, she just knew from that's his boss. And then, like, you think she's pretty, but she was asking very specific things that you would have to dig deep that you wouldn't know. So Jennair, who had always had the last word, began to obsess. She's like, I'm getting the evidence. I know he's lying to me, and I'm getting the evidence. So without Mark knowing, she had been recording their phone calls, and the proof starts adding up. By Valentine's Day, 2019, they're at dinner, Valentine's Day, and she's like, okay, I can't take this anymore. You're a fucking cheater, and I approve. So quit denying it.
I thought you said, and I approve.
Oh, no.
And you said, and I have proof. I 100% heard you say, and I approve. Jess is like, me too. I'm like, okay, wow.
No.
Happy Valentine's Day. I know you're fucking another woman. Keep going.
I approve.
Do it. It's fine. She is hot. Bring her over.
I have proof.
Got it.
Yes. But I get why it sounded like that. And he's like, and she continues and she's like, oh, I cloned your phone.
I am so aroused by her.
She's like, I cloned your phone. She had hired a company to gain access to his phone so she could read his texts.
Real quick, with her husband's money that
yes.
he's getting paid for by the boss that he's fucking. Okay,
yeah.
Just had to say that.
Yeah. So she cloned his phone to gain access to his texts, his photos, his call logs, and everything. And then Mark is like, okay, I can't. I mean, he can't deny it anymore.
No,
she fucking knows. He's like, I'm in love with my boss, Meredith. And Jennair is kind of like, oh my God, he admitted it out loud. And they somehow were like, she's like, well, let's go to marriage counseling. Yes. So, yes, he said he thinks they had different intentions on the two as a way to get out of that. She wanted to save the marriage, but it seemed to me that he was just doing it to appease her and kind of have a soft landing. That's my opinion.
Soft landing.
He agreed to go to marriage counseling, but I think it was to shut her up so he could figure out his next move. That's my opinion. So
marriage counseling doesn't fix being in love with somebody else.
Right.
That's why it's like, that's not even an option. Like if he's in love with somebody else, he obviously doesn't want to be with you.
Right.
Whatever you're doing is just a waste. But
right. And he was getting ready to leave to go to the marriage counselor's office. And he puts his jacket on. He puts his hand in his pocket. And he's like, what is this security tag in the lining? He cut it out and it had a blinking light on it. And she had sewn in a listening device into his jacket. Jennair not only cloned and bugged his phone, she bugged his human, like his person. He confronted her and she was like, oh, I just wanted to see how deep your relationship with Meredith was and what you were planning, but I'll stop. Like, I'll delete it all. I'll stop. I just wanted to see how deep it was, if this was like legit or not, or you're just banging her, you know?
He just said, I loved her.
Yeah.
He literally said, I am in love with my boss. There is no question of how deep.
Right.
The deepness is love.
Oh, guess what else she did? So Jennair was like, okay, also I need to tell you something else. I emailed Meredith's boss and told the school that she was banging her employee.
I love this.
So she got let down.
She did get
She
let
was
down.
get let down because she was fired in March. And she found Meredith's Mr. Chapman and she told him.
Okay, we have to pause real quick.
Yes.
Do you think her behavior is right?
I'm going to unpack it
right now.
No. Like if I didn't know the end.
Yes, you're not waiting because you know the outcome.
I think right now, I can't blame her.
I would, that is a bare min. Okay, wait, hold on.
Right.
Cloning the phone, bare min. I would fucking do that. I would do that so fucking fast. The like sound in the jacket, absolutely not. Contacting the company, 1,000 fucking %.
Right.
And contacting Mr. McIntosh or whatever the fuck his name is.
Mr.
I would
Chapman.
contact him too.
Yeah. So it was funny
Yes.
because I watched this show again. I wanted to get Will's opinion. So my husband Will and I watched it, and I was like, he looked over at me about halfway through where I'm at right now, and he's like, you would totally do that.
25 years? How they've been married for 2 decades and fuck whatever other and some change.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
The fuck I would. And I am taking you down and hopefully with more than half of your income.
Right. So
Fuck
a few counseling sessions later, because they're still trying this marriage counseling thing, Mark was like, okay, I want out. I need to finish. He has to wait until May because he has a contract. They didn't let Mark go. They fired Meredith. Mark's finishing his contract.
They fired the woman and not the guy?
Right.
I'm kidding. She was the boss.
Yeah.
She was the one that should have been gone.
Right.
Like, fuck the sex.
And then in Delaware, they hadn't lived there long enough to legally get divorced until May of 2019.
Ain't that crazy?
So he had to ride that out until May.
That's why I was married for 8 years instead of 5. I kept
amazing.
moving states. Every time
Fucking
you
wild.
move a state, you can't get divorced until you've lived in that state for over a year or some shit. A year, depending on the state. Every state has a different criteria. But ain't that some shit? You can't be just bouncing around and getting divorced.
Yeah. Yeah. And okay, so Meredith had also told her husband after they talked, they said, Meredith told her husband, I'm like, I bet her husband was like, what the fuck are you doing? Because he found out. But anyway, she told her husband that she was leaving him, and she got hired at Villanova University as an assistant vice president for that fall. So they both start looking for housing in the prestigious mainline suburbs of Philadelphia. Now, mainline is very hoity-toity, private schools, known for wealth and old money.
Okay. Sorry. I'm having a hard time understanding how Jennair couldn't find a job, but the bitch who fucked her subordinate finds a job that fast.
Also that. I
want to know what Jennair's resume looked like, because I have a feeling it wasn't very good.
Yeah, or she wasn't. I don't know.
It's hard. I don't know. I know really awesome people with really great resumes that went over a year without finding a job. So I don't know.
And then there's Jennair. She's in a new city. She's soon to be solo, no job.
She's at a university?
Meredith went to Villanova. Jennair doesn't have a job.
Meredith, though, is at a university. And so a
Another-
university hired her after fucking.
Yep.
I'm really
Villanova
shocked by
too,
this.
which is but she also had like ties and
I understand, but that's still
clout, but I get it.
You can't get rid of that.
Yeah. So
that's a stank that don't leave. Unless you're a man.
So Jennair's in a new city, soon to be solo, no job, and Mark's already in love and moving on with his life without her. And he's been her life for 24 years. Now Jennair hires a divorce coach, which I didn't know was a thing, which it is. That's a good thing that is, but I didn't know that. I was like, huh. It's
not a mediator?
No, it's literally a divorce coach.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my entire life.
So she confides in her divorce coach.
She has no money, yet she has money to hire a divorce coach. I'm like,
yep.
I'm having the hardest time.
So
I need to go home.
She confides in her divorce coach that this was so shocking, and she was not going to accept that it was over. She thought that they could work through it again. She felt thrown out and replaced, and basically like for a newer model car, like we talked about. Now, she seemed to pull herself together and wanted to basically like, all right, I finally accept it. She did have moments of weakness, but she was like, okay, well, we're going to be friends until May. They still had to live together. He slept on the couch, but she's like, we have till May, and then we're going to close this chapter and peace out.
I swear to you, if I had to live with my husband who was in love with another woman.
Right.
In my home.
No, absolutely not.
For longer than 7 minutes.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely fucking not. I'm not a murderer. And I might become one.
Right.
I'm going to guess Jennair kills Mark. Now I'm making guesses.
Okay. So they're going to be friends. She makes him a list of requirements. They got to spend time together. They're going to hang out. They're going to go hiking, have dinners, sleep separately, be friends. That's that. And Mark was like, okay, this is really fucking weird, but I want to leave her in a good place. and I care about her well-being. I'll try it. On April 23rd, they had ups and downs, but Mark is like, okay, I can finally feel good about moving on without Jennair. I'm leaving her in a good place. Meredith had just finished up her day at her orientation for her new job at Villanova. She's very active on social media, so she posted a cute little photo outside of one of the pretty buildings. It was like, I'm excited for my new journey or whatever, in front of the campus, and she goes home. Mark and Jennair had dinner plans, and they were going to discuss the final, like, tying up the bow on their marriage, their divorce and all the stuff that night. Mark got there first, and he texted Jennair, and he was like, hey, it's a nice night. I'm just FYI, I'm waiting outside on the patio for you. She responded, okay, great. And a few minutes later, she writes him back, and she's like, hey, gonna be late. I made a wrong turn. He's like, okay. 10 minutes later, he gets a text, and it's in all caps, and it says, I'm not coming, just go home. And then he gets a photo with a bag of trash and a used condom in it. He's like, oh my God, she's at Meredith's looking for evidence at Meredith's home. So
what?
Yeah.
Evidence
does she need? Right. I know.
There is no need for evidence.
I know. I know. So then
I'm going to lose it.
Okay. Then he gets these 3 texts right in a row. You ruined my life. I hope you never find happiness. Bye, Mark.
Fuck, they killed Meredith.
Mark pays the bill, and he starts trying to reach
Spicy.
Meredith, and there's no answer. So he's like, fuck. So he's like, Jennair and Meredith got into it of some sort. I got to get over there. He runs back to Meredith's house, and he looks in the kitchen window. Meredith is laying face down on the floor with blood, and she's not responding. So then he runs out of the house, and a neighbor hears him, and he's like, call 911.
Yeah.
The neighbor's a friend of hers, and he's like, what? So he runs in, and he realizes Meredith doesn't have a pulse, and then he starts looking for a weapon. He's like, Mark just killed her, because that's all he saw. Mark runs in behind him, and then he looks over, and he sees another woman dressed all in black laying lifeless on the floor. He realizes that this is his soon-to-be ex-wife, Jennair. Yeah. The police showed up.
Oh, fucking fuck.
Mm-hmm. Right. That was my reaction, too.
Fuck.
Mm-hmm. So the police showed up because...
Murder-suicide?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
So it's a low-crime area, and they don't... This isn't a call they get. Ever hardly, like 2 women.
Oh my God, I said Mark got killed, and you literally mentioned the interview with Mark. Like Mark was alive. Oh
yeah.
Fuck.
So they saw that someone had broken into the house. They found a revolver underneath Jennair's body with 2 rounds gone. 1 bullet was for Meredith and 1 was for herself. The investigators asked Mark if he had shot the women. He's like, shot? He didn't even realize they were shot. So, and he was quickly ruled out because he was at the restaurant.
He obviously wasn't there.
Yeah. Jennair had broken in and waited for what they think was hours to come home from work, which is why Meredith was holding her keys in her hand when they found her. So she literally walked in the door. They said her neighbor reported later that they saw Meredith come home from work, grab her tote bag and her keys in her hand, walk in the door. The neighbor said 5 minutes later she heard something that kind of sounded like a gunshots, but she's like, not here.
You would never guess.
Yeah, she's
you
like,
never
not
think that.
in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
So she just ignored it and then saw the police cars and was like, yeah.
She couldn't have done anything anyway.
Yeah. And the story went viral immediately. Like,
I wonder why.
Right.
This is sensational.
Yeah. It went worldwide, and everyone, okay, this is what I'm going to talk to you about at the end, so get your thoughts ready. And everyone vilified each of them in a different way on social media. So put that and start putting that in the back of your brain. So Mark was shunned by everyone, and he decided to dive in this and figure out why. Like, everybody kind of backed away from him too. Like, his friends and family were like, this is a lot. Like, because people vilified him for being a cheater, Meredith for being a homewrecker, and then Jennair for being a murderer. So like, people kept trying to place blame in the media, and there's different ways that you can, pull it apart. So his friends kind of Homer Simpson into the bushes, and we're like, we're going to get out of this.
Dude, I don't know what to say, sis.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you the rest of it.
I know, but like, I'm going to be real honest. Like, this is so not you, so it doesn't fucking matter. But like, if you chose to have, like, it would be hard enough for me to stand next to you as a friend if you had an affair on Will.
Mm-hmm.
Because of our, like, everything that is the stance on that. And then to leave Will for this other person that you made conscious efforts to choose to fall in love with this other person.
Right.
And then Will killed him and himself. I would Homer Simpson into the bushes.
Right.
And I'm like, blood to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because still choices, there are things that are thicker than blood.
Yeah. And it was like worlds were blown up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just sad. So
we got lucky there weren't like tons of kids in this. Like, we didn't have children in this storyline, which is the only reason why.
And Meredith didn't either.
Yeah.
Too,
like,
so,
you didn't mention it. So I assumed there weren't any kids in there.
Yeah. And okay. So Mark Solo dealing with the loss of his, dealing with the loss of his ex-wife, but still someone his
best friend
he cared about
over years,
right?
You know that.
And then his the new love of his life. They both,
that he was really excited to start his life with.
Yeah, they were planning, like he was looking for apartments and she got a house. Like they knew it was too fast to move in. He said hindsight, he was like, that was really fast, but he's like, I genuinely, and he looked genuine. Like he was like, I loved her. I don't know. So, okay. He like dives in and is like, why? How? Like how? Because he starts thinking to what I was mentioning about how she knew things about Meredith that she shouldn't know, even above and beyond. He knew she cloned the phone, but then he starts rehashing it. And he's like,
obviously she was stalking her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so he finds out Jennair was living a double life. So one, she pretended on the surface, like, I accept this. We can still be friends. Like, and on the show, they go into more depth about sometimes she broke down. Obviously she's going to, right? But like, she's over here saying, I accept it. It's fine. And then sometimes she'll cry and he gets it.
Maybe she at the end of the day, she made it very apparent she was not moving on.
Right.
And maybe like doing one little thing, like a divorce coach, which once more, I'd be like, you're wasting my money.
Yeah.
I don't understand that point. I would have loved to have had a divorce coach, but I don't know, for anyone who's ever gotten divorced, it costs money.
Yeah.
It's the most expensive way to get bankrupted and then also just be really fucking emotionally dead inside. So
right.
I don't know if a coach that probably cost $300 an hour would have been the route I would have taken.
Right.
But okay.
Yeah. He looked at, I get what you're saying for sure. But like, okay, so one time
I'm sorry, she put a microphone in his clothes.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Yeah. Right.
That's a level of across the line.
Yeah.
So
right. It sewed them in and removed them daily. Anyway.
Yeah.
So one of them, she was like, hey, I accept it. She was playing the part. Granted, she had times of weakness, quote unquote. Anyway, the other one, she was a desperate woman that turned her grief into rage. She's given up on everything and focused her energy basically on being her own private investigator. Now, Jennair was a big animal advocate. She hated guns. And this seemed unreal to him that she could even do this. That's why he was like, I got to dive into this. He didn't even know she had it. So until he found the receipt in the box that it came in, he figured out that 5 weeks before, he looked at the calendar and the timeline, she had purchased the gun 5 weeks before. So this is when she's telling him everything's fine. Let's just be friends. She had already bought the gun.
Yeah, well, she could have also bought the gun too because she was about to be living alone.
Yeah.
Guns are different routes, right? Right.
Yeah.
They were going through it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If I didn't cheat, I know.
No, if I was moving out on my own, like you've lived with a man your entire life, like since she was a kid, essentially. Right. So there is that concept.
Yeah. He looked back at the calendar, and at one time she was talking to him saying she was running errands, and he looked at where she was and stuff, like according to all of her research. And I'll tell you that in a second. She was at the gun range. She was literally at the gun range telling him she was just running errands. And he was like, she sounded so calm and she was literally practicing to shoot.
How did she talk to... You can't be at a gun range and you can't tell you're at a gun range. A gun range is guns going off in the background.
She stepped outside, but he knew she was there. Like
I hear you, Beck. Have you ever been to a gun range?
No, I get what you're saying.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, he could say he was calm, like she was calm or whatever. I'm like, dude, gun ranges are fucking loud. Everyone's shooting. And it's like, depending on I've been to a million indoor and outdoor. There's no way you're not hearing that. There's a gun range near my home
Yeah.
And I hear every gun blast.
Right.
So I'm also kind of like, don't believe that. If you want to shoot a gun right here and I go outside of this building, we're going to hear all the guns.
Right.
I don't get that one.
And okay. And one of the neighbors, when they canvassed the neighborhood, had told the police that they had seen a woman that looked like she might be wearing a wig similar to Jennair's build with binoculars repeatedly outside of Meredith's house. Why this neighbor didn't say anything, I don't know. Mark found out that the listening devices were literally like 5% of what she was doing. So
why didn't she decide to be a private investigator? She really should have started a new business because she would have thrived.
Although
finding cheaters.
Right. Although the audio recordings were deleted, he thought. So he found hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of recordings, and she transcribed each one of them by hand. She had hidden recording devices in his office, in his car, in his clothes, and even bugged his phone, like I said. A few days after he admitted to being in love with Meredith, Jennair had opened multiple secret bank accounts, credit cards to fund this mission. Besides buying the gun, she had also bought a lock-picking kit with one of her credit cards, computer hacking software that was very expensive, clothing DNA testing kits, and even 2 expensive-ass GPS tracking devices that she had secretly installed on both his car and Meredith's car. Mark found the data, all of this, while he was digging through her stuff. And Mark's data, and it showed dots. It showed how much battery was left in their vehicle. It showed where they were, if it was on or off.
I can't lie that I'm kind of impressed.
Right? That's what they were saying. Like, I hate that it ended in death, but like she
is the shit.
Right. It's hard to not, especially in our genre.
I'm not supposed to be so impressed.
Right.
But I'm so impressed.
Right. No wonder she didn't.
This would be the most fabulous, that's not an okay word to use, but it would be a really riveting movie.
Right.
And I'm sure it is. And now I need to find the movie that was made.
Right.
Because this is epic.
Yeah. And I left.
How do you pick out such good stories?
I left a lot of shit out. Just so you know.
This is wild.
So after so she had installed all these herself on their cars.
I'm still impressed.
Yeah. And so Mark found all the data. And like I said, battery, like it said 98% battery, vehicles off. It showed dots on maps. Like it was
like hardwired into the brain of the car.
Yeah. Basically like my phone app that goes to my car.
Yeah. But hardwired in from like you had to go to a tech.
She did that somehow. I don't know how.
YouTube, but I'm still so turned on by it.
So
wow, tell me how she didn't get a job.
She didn't have time, I guess.
But for all those years, I'm like, this woman is capable.
And all this that she did, keep in mind that Mark and Meredith only knew each other total probably 6 months. So she did very quick work. Okay. The data of the GPS tracking devices. Mark's was named Mark Liar Jerk, and Meredith's was Meredith Whore. And they showed that on there.
Those are perfect.
She had saved 400 conversations on Snapchat between the two of them as well, because they were trying to talk secretly. Mark said on the show that he thinks that one night, because that was back when you had to use your thumbprint to open an iPhone, he thinks that she waited till he fell asleep and used his thumb to open his phone and got in there and did all the stuff. But he's at this point, he's like theories, right? Because but that sounds plausible. Even the divorce coach that was on the show was like, she was living a double life with me too. She even had me fooled. She had already purchased the gun before she hired her. So she already had a plan, but she told the coach.
Once more, we don't know.
No, she did.
That like, so you're saying she 100% this whole time was going to kill Meredith?
Yep. But I get what you're saying. Plausible. But yeah. Hang on.
Damn.
Yeah.
So she did.
Right?
Damn.
I know. So she had told the coach, like, okay, I'm excited about this opportunity. Maybe I could move here. And and that was like the divorce coach's plan, like to help her grieve and help her move forward with her life, to like, let's make a plan. I'm going to help you make a plan.
Gone Girl.
Right. So.
But not.
Yeah.
But like in the
realm of
Gone Girl in the depth of her like
dedication to the
game.
Yeah, which sadly ended terribly. So she tells that even the divorce coach, who's trained to work with these people like and educated, is like, she even had me fooled. Like after all the evidence came out, she's like, she was already.
It's not hard to fool people if you tell them what they want to hear, right?
Yeah.
And that was her plan, right?
Yeah.
Like it like, I'm not at all, they didn't know her on a real level.
Right. They just knew what she let them in.
Wow.
And she was very good at
and
that.
if Mark would, and if she wasn't telling anyone,
yeah.
how would you ever know?
Right.
Wow.
But like even the divorce coach was like, as soon as I heard it, I was like, she had plans for her future with me. Like she had told me.
She was so smart.
Yeah.
That she made future plans with the full intention of killing herself.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the part that she didn't know yet. You know?
Yeah.
Like maybe she didn't know. Just like Gone Girl, she pivoted. We would never
Right.
We don't know really where her psyche was.
And Mark said that she had wrapped her entire life around his and wanted to control, quote unquote, their island. And that's how he worded it. And when she lost control of him and their island, she went off the deep end. He thought she was okay, but now, and then he admitted later on that when in hindsight, he was like, okay, there were signs. After 24 years, like I said, you're going to know somebody
You
like the
were
back of your hand.
married for 24 years, you stupid
Right.
fucking cunt.
See, that's a part of it. I'm like, how is she doing this interview and not making faces?
And
'Cause I
within
would.
6 months, and you're saying, so that whole thing was within, like, she became
It was
the
like
world's
months.
most intense private eye. This was over months. It took me 3 years to get over a shitty marriage
Right.
that I had for 5 years when I was 21.
Mm-hmm.
3 years.
Right. Right.
Of course she wasn't over that shit.
Yeah.
And you had an affair and you left her for the other woman who was like 15 years younger.
Mm-hmm.
You're lucky she only shot her and didn't skin her like a fucking cat. Like
Yeah. Her mental instability was, I mean, it's
and
not
he was
shocking.
her everything, and it was obvious. Like
Mhm.
I just
Right. So, and that's what I was saying too. Like, even you and I, we've known each other, what, 6 or 7 years?
Nothing.
Like, yeah. And
in the
but
grand
we,
scheme, right?
yeah, but we know each other very well.
Yes.
Like, if one of us is acting different and we're not even fucking married. Like, so if that's what I'm saying, if this person was literally, they lived together. Like, he says he didn't know, but I kind of don't believe some of the shit that he said.
I think he was riding so high on his other life, on his love with Meredith, that he wanted more than anything to feel like he could steep back or pull back the guilt of having an affair on his wife and ruining her life after 24 years.
That's probably right.
Like he wanted more than anything for her to be like, yeah, I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that he can feel vindicated in his choice and that he can start this new life. He hoped and prayed and wanted that.
Yeah,
And so he only saw that.
that's true.
I'm sure,
I
right?
agree with that. Yeah.
He didn't want to feel the actual weight of the guilt of what he did.
Yeah.
So I'm sure in his mind, he was like, yeah, she was fine. This was kind of weird, but
Like,
yeah, it's fine. Yeah, because you
Ignorance
want
is
it.
bliss.
Your
like,
whole, you
yeah.
wish.
So he also found a letter that was well over like 12 pages laying out her plan and feelings weeks before the deaths. Weeks. Like a lot. Like she didn't have the gun yet. And it started, I really enjoyed being a wife and partner. Being a caretaker for my family and household was very fulfilling to me. She also wrote, quote, Mark and Meredith cannot get away with this. I have to take matters into my own hands. And on the show, which I thought was really interesting, a psychotherapist named Dr. Roby Ludwig, and she specializes in
Ludwig.
she specializes in marital homicide cases, and she reviewed everything. And basically, she said that Jennair had one route to happiness, and it was Mark. And she thought that Jennair was so invested in painting a pretty picture to the world, but her psyche was broken internally. But she covered it up so well. Like beyond compare. She said that Jennair got both empowerment and rage while she was listening to all these private conversations, like in the moment of listening.
She made it 10 times worse.
And
oh my
writing
God.
it down. I feel like, yeah.
What she did was she took intimate moments of her husband in love with another woman and then essentially memorized it.
Mm-hmm.
And relived it
Right.
at a heavier level by physically writing it down.
And on top of that, because that's true, but she also listened to their conversations, like Mark and Jennair's.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
so like it was always recording. So even if they got into it, like one time she's like, you don't love me. You don't think I'm attractive. You're going to protect her to your grave. Like, and they play some of the clips on there and you can look them up and like, it's like she had to relive those arguments in pain. Like arguments have, like, I don't know, in normal marriages that are not this level, I get in
Oh my
arguments.
God.
I don't want to hear that stuff again.
I wish more than anything I could. My brain is like, replay. Is that what you fucking said? Pretty sure you said something. I wish. In fact, I'm about to get on Amazon and find that fucking shit.
All of a sudden, I'm like, why does Travis always have a sports coat on? You're like, shh.
I'm going to transcribe. I'm going to be like, yeah, bitch. You said on June 13th at 8:08. Yeah.
No. Okay. So, okay. Where did I go? Here I am. Hello. So Dr. Ludwig, she said that it gave Jennair validation that she was right by feeling the way that she was feeling, like feeling so hurt and distraught. Now, when she gave up on her life and decided her fate, she took justice into her own hands and became like the most dangerous ever, like when she was.
So essentially they're saying like when she lost her job and she lost her own direction and her own like will to be her own being and wasn't able to find another job, though I really, 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 really struggle on that.
Yeah.
Just because you could like, I totally get it.
Yeah.
Like being a corporate junkie to being a nobody myself right now has been exceptionally hard for me. And it fucks with my head every fucking day.
Right.
Being a someone in a corporate environment and then being a no one anywhere.
Right.
And it's very, very hard. But I'm trying, like, essentially on those timelines, we're talking about not working for 15 years or something.
It was a very long time.
Right. And your husband's at work every day.
Right.
I couldn't, if you took the podcast away from me, you took my part-time job away from me, and you took a convention away from me, and I just had to be there and live with my husband and our 2 dogs.
Yeah.
And then my husband has an affair.
Right.
Unfortunately, I feel like I am the perfect scenario of I don't get murder. Like in the degree of, I mean, obviously I get murder.
No, I know.
But like the ending really, really is so sad.
Yeah.
Even if she would have just committed suicide and not have murdered somebody else. But it's just,
you can see
I totally see it.
You can relate why it goes to a dark path because
and why she was so smart
yeah,
and wasn't able to use her brain for good.
Yeah.
Whether like she got into any hobby, even guns, man. Guns are cool. Like in a safe environment.
Right.
But the mechanism of it. And if she there's just, she had so many skills.
Obviously
and
she was super smart and
so
educated
smart.
and like.
She if she liked that shit so much, hot wiring a fucking vehicle, she could have gotten a job with the Nerd Squad or whatever the fuck at Best Buy. Like
Geek Squad.
The Geek Squad.
The Nerd Squad.
There's just so many options. You know?
And it's funny that you said private investigator because I said the same thing when I out loud to myself at 1 a.m. because I don't wait till the last minute to do my homework. So which is probably why I went back in time earlier. But the fact that she said she did all that stuff and had that drive. If she could have harnessed that, taken that and put it into putting her pain to other people or that, but she could have, obviously she's good at investigative work. Like she could have started her own, just like you said, anything else at all. It could have been avoided.
Gardening,
right?
Flowers, tea, fucking anything. Anything at all. Like at her house though, like to give her more than just her husband. Like just what her husband could provide.
Right. I agree.
That is fucked up.
So
what the fuck's going on with Mark?
I'm about to tell you.
Fucking hell.
Okay.
This has rocked my soul. This is one of my favorite episodes you've ever done. This is going in my journal of one of the best episodes you've ever done.
Thanks. 1 year after Meredith and Jennair passed away, Mark decided to go on what he calls a healing journey. He sold all of his stuff. He packed, because actually 2020 came back to interview him again and they show him like leaving his apartment and packing his car up. And he went to travel the country. He hired a writing coach and he said he wanted to share his story to both heal and maybe prevent someone else from going down the dark path that his life went down. That's what he says. Now, the book is called Irreparable: 3 Lives, 2 Deaths, 1 Story That Has to Be Told. And it was published on March 31st of 2020. I couldn't find anything about him after that. Like this episode aired.
I want to read this book.
But
I'm afraid I'm going to get real mad.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
it's hard to, okay, here's my thing about this. Cause first, okay, hang on 2 seconds.
Okay,
so,
sorry, yes.
That's okay. That's the fucked up story about how Mark Gerardo's That's the fucked up story of Mark Gerardo's tragic love triangle and the deaths of Meredith Chapman and Jennair Gerardo.
Okay. The book.
So,
what does he fault himself on in this?
Okay.
Like in those interviews, did he fault? Like, what was the fault? Where did he fault himself?
Okay. I read things all over the spectrum. I watched his stuff and then I listened to other people's opinions and kind of went down a rabbit hole this morning of like reading some social posts because like I said, some people were posting pictures of Jennair and they were like, rest easy, Angel. Sorry you had to go through this. They were mad at the other two. And then some people were like, well, Meredith's life was taken too young. She felt she wasn't in love, and then Mark, and then, obviously people were like, fuck Mark for causing this. It's hard to not like him when you see him because he's very charismatic. He seems genuine. He had tears in his eyes. He said on there, he doesn't forgive Jennair, but he wanted her to forgive him for cheating. Right. And he goes to see, and he's working through that and he's processing it, he said. And this was like 4 or 5 years ago, I think. And then he said that he wrote Meredith a letter and he said, I wish it was me and not you. Like he wished they could have switched places because she was so young. So he's still dealing with all that. Oh, that's why? Because she was so young? Not because I know, it was his fault? See, it's hard to look at it. Like at first I was the same way as you, but I watched the episode and I'm like, it's hard not to feel bad for him, but then you have to remind yourself, like, he could have walked away at the very beginning when he was like, this hot 33-year-old, I'm immediately pulled to her. I should step away. Like 100%. Exit the situation. None of that. And he said he had regrets on it, but he also answers like a politician. That's what I'm saying. His regret is that his wife shot and killed his lover and then killed herself. Right. That is his regret. Mm-hmm. He does not regret having an affair. Right. He does not regret cheating on his wife. And it and he had done it before. He had done it before. Yeah. And so it just doesn't come off. Right. And like, I am so certain, like, I can't fathom that you really believe that you could have an affair on your wife of 24 years who you were their main, your world, literally. Everything. Yeah. And think that anything was going to be okay. Right. She didn't have any family. She just moved to a new city. 6 or 8 months before that? And you truly could have, like, if you didn't, like, when you're open to have an affair. Like, he obviously felt a tingle in his penis when he met her. Throughout the conversations, when he started getting the little butterfly, there were signs and symptoms happening. Something made his pants go, huh? Yeah. And he could have not done that. He could have been like, I'm going to go to Colorado. He had so many options. Yeah. I'm going to go to Colorado and stay with my wife because I love her. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go to counseling with my wife because I love her. Mm-hmm. And maybe stay here. Right. Or I don't really love her. And I just want to be a skis ball. Right. And I want to fuck Meredith. And I want to be with her. And I want this new life. And I just thought I loved her. And now this hot thing. And now my feelings are so much more intense. We don't know because they were only together for 6 months. We can't say whether or not they were in love. Yeah. We don't have the rights or the abilities to say it. They thought they were. Like, and that's so cute. Yeah. And he said, of course, everyone thinks. No one knows if they're fully in love. Right. Until the test of time comes against it. Right. Because guess what your body cannot differentiate between? What? Infatuation and love. The symptoms are the same. That's true. Like, they are the same. You get the same feelings. You don't know until time has passed. And then you can really figure out, was that love, lust, or infatuation? Was that dopamine after an orgasm? Like, you just don't know. It takes time. So we don't know where they really were. Yeah. He said later, like, it's hard to watch the interviews because I listened to the other shit too. And even the girl that was doing the interview, like I said, kudos to her. And I'm sorry I don't remember her name. It's the pretty blonde one that's on she's very pretty.
The one on 2020.
2020.
Who literally in a smile and a banging ass outfit and a bold lip will be like, you're a fucking cunt.
But in a polite, professional way.
I saw her literally look at a dude in jail because I know exactly who you're talking about. And I remember I did Kegel exercises watching this bitch talk. I was like, get him. Get him. She turns to the cop and she literally, the dude's behind the thing. And she goes, so you're telling me that a mother of 3 who was happily married invited you to her home to fuck you in the car when he had like raped and killed the girl?
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, that's what happened. She's like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
You're lying and no one believes you. Like she literally said that.
Oh,
she was like, you're lying and not a single person is going to believe what you're saying.
It's funny because she's definitely one of those like matches energy type of interviewers too. So like
awesome.
I know. And he was like doing the politician answer. And then she's literally politician slamming him like back to it. And then she was like, so what you're telling me? She goes, most people would call that, even though you're 49, a midlife crisis. And she said, and I was like, because I'm like, yeah. And you know what I mean? So I don't know. The story just, and it's sad and it sucks. And like, you screw it, like you screw up when you're 30s. Like Meredith, you know, obviously she wasn't happy at home. She didn't deserve to die. And she didn't care
to think about the woman. That's Meredith's biggest mistake. If the marriage situation really was what it was, she should have just gotten a divorce. We get that. I get why you didn't. If there's a million reasons why you don't.
Right.
Meredith, the only flaw she had in this, like besides the fact, like I don't know.
Right.
It's just she never thought about the other woman.
She knew
like she thought about right. She never stopped and thought about the wife. Yeah. Like she definitely was driving her car focused on the driver's seat. Mm-hmm. Like she never once thought about anything else.
Right.
And that's
a girl code. Like, no.
You always have to remember there's a wife. Or you don't have to care, but then you might get murdered.
Yeah. Anyway.
I don't know. That was a wild story.
Yeah.
And a really sad one, but also like.
It's sad and like.
It's a snowball of bad choices though. If you get completely blackout drunk and you get behind a wheel and you kill somebody. It was a bad choice that led to that outcome. These were bad choices by Mark and Meredith.
Right.
And unfortunately.
And then ultimately, Jennair.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Fuck.
I know.
I'm going to have to sit in silence for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm about to go find a cigarette and rip it. That was an intense one. Thank you for that.
Find a cigarette and rip it.
Rip it.
I'm going to go find that kid that kicked my tire an hour ago.
Very lightly. I think it was actually my tire. Now that I we have the same color vehicle. So I'm like, it actually could have been mine. But anyway, thank you guys so much. Yes. Great episode. Don't forget, like, rate, review, subscribe.
Yeah.
Help your sisters out here. Don't forget, don't get mad.
And get sassy.
We love you. Bye.
We love you. Bye.
This episode was sponsored, edited, and produced by Wonderboy Media. Get the deets at WBOYmedia.com to see how you can make your podcast dreams a reality.
Help us out and be sure to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to our audio project. Don't forget, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at, of course, A Couple of Sassholes.
Want more sass? Become a member of our Patreon for bonus content, merch, and more. Plus, we're on Cameo now, so there's even more ways to get the sass you need just how you like it. As always, don't get mad.
Get sassy.
Theodore, can I pet that dog?